Sweet. So thanks for everyone jumping on. I actually set up the wrong link so you can't see everybody's faces. So you're just going to see my face today. So I do apologize because I was going to do some interacting, but it's okay. We can do a little bit of interacting without physically seeing everybody commenting or actually seeing who's actually on. So I do apologize on that. But we're still going to have effective training, and I'm really excited for each and every one of you to be on. We had a great result in our last training that we had to learn how to sponsor 15 people in your next 30 days. So super excited to do some interacting with you. So hopefully you have a piece of paper and pen with you. If you don't, please go ahead and run and get one real quick. You definitely want to take notes, and you definitely want to kind of put away about an hour and a half of your time right now. So this training is going to take about an hour and a half, just giving you a heads up, hour at the minimum, hour and a half at the latest. So make sure if you have to go to another room or you're driving, pull over, whatever, I just don't want you to have any distractions. I don't want you to miss any of this content because it's very valuable and it can really help your business go to the next level. I've been using some of these methods at the end. We're going to talk about some of the scripts that I've been using, and I'll be able to sponsor 13 people in the last week and a half using some of these techniques and some of these things of working with people. And then Taprooting, I've been able to sign up 22 through duplicating the nurturing system that I usually work with these individuals that I've brought in. So really super excited about the growth and super excited about the new bloodline that's coming in, a new group of individuals working with, because it's about duplicating your way to the top. And it's about creating leaders. Because my mentor always said to me, Brennan, if you have a business or a job that entitles you being there, you're in trouble, because once something happens to you, what happens to your income? It's gone. So don't be an overpaid employee, guys. Make sure you follow the system to get the results, okay? We have a great turnout on here tonight. Super excited. We got 90 individuals on here, so it's really excited to see that. So let's make sure we're taking good notes, okay, guys? So my name is Brennan Stevens. I'm a diamond in the company. I've been part of Q Science for 14 months now. Super excited about the direction, the future that Q Science is headed down. And what's really even better is the VP of Sales that's really helping guide that ship and make decisions on the behalf of the corporate field. So it's really exciting. So let's dive into the information. So what happens when somebody actually joins up into your business? You usually get an email or a text message alert. And a lot of people use them as trophies. They're like, oh, look how many people I'm signing up today. And look how many customers I got. Look how many promotions. And they go down the list. And I've seen it on Facebook. And I've even been guilty of actually doing it myself. But how many of y'all are actually sending a text message or actually emailing that person? How many? I mean, think about that. If you are, good job. If you're not, get physically involved with your team. Don't look at it as a trophy. Start messaging them. Welcome texts, welcome emails, welcome them to the team, and make sure it's important that they're getting launched in the next 24 to 48 hours, because we want to set them up for success, not failure. Next thing is, make sure everyone is added to the Facebook group. So you have your Q News, that's your corporate Facebook. They'll get updates every Monday from Mr. Jake Spencer himself, Kelly, Matt, telling you what's going on with the products and what if there's any back orders or chain events that are happening inside of corporate. I really love the transparency, and where most companies would just dust that under the rug. They won't tell you what's going on. They'll keep you in the dark, and you're in the limbo of everything. It's really cool that Q Science literally has enough respect for the field to tell us what we need to hear, not what we want to hear. And they treat us like business owners, not MLM leaders. And it's really cool because that's the business leadership paired to the MLM leadership. So it's really cool. Make sure that they're following along with Miss Sarah Spencer every Wednesday, Winning Your Wednesdays with Sarah, going in-depth training. And then make sure you're plugged into your Q Science Family Facebook, to your team events. I know multiple people have different Facebook groups where you get your alerts, your updates. So make sure you plug in with your Upline Platinum or Upline Silver to make sure you're in the right team Facebook group so you can get your alerts, your team meetings, your team calls, everything that's happening in your organization. So make sure you're a part of your two groups moving forward. For the individuals that want to be part of my group, it's Q Life Movement. I'm always constantly doing updates in there, motivations, welcoming team members. You're more than welcome to be a part of that too as well. Super excited about everything that's happening right now. But make sure you plug into the system to get on Facebook Lives. Promote the next event. What is the next event? The next event is now the local events in your area, or maybe Bronze Academy, or maybe the next Orlando event, or maybe a Facebook Live, or maybe a Zoom meeting. Whatever that is the next event. Anything that you qualify to be on, be on. And I remember when I first got into the industry of network marketing, I wasn't very good, but I got better because I started attending every event that I qualified for to attend. And I remember my parents telling me with them, like, are you going to another event? Are you going to another meeting? Are you on another call? Are you logging on to listen to another, whatever it was, is constantly saying that over and over and over and over again. And I started thinking in my head that I was like, if I don't know the presentation frontwards and backwards, I haven't heard it enough. If I can't recite the launch document frontward and backwards, I haven't heard it enough, because I wanted to learn my craft. This was going to be the industry I make money. This is the industry I'm going to help people out. I had to know my stuff, because there were going to be times where I didn't have electricity and I still had to do a presentation, where I've had that, where electricity was out at a house because of weather and we still did a presentation. There was times where we didn't have the right connections or the right paperwork. There's been times where I've done a Q Science opportunity where I thought they were going to have the material and they didn't have anything because they thought I was going to have the material, or I forgot my computer, or there's always freak accidents that happen. And so I literally memorized the entire presentation. And what did I do? I literally gave a full presentation. Or I have everybody pull out their phones and watch the presentation. Tons of amazing videos that are out there on the internet that we can literally just copy paste in. So you got to be able to figure out solutions. See, more money means more problems, but the only way you make more money is you become a problem solver. So you got to figure out solutions, and you got to figure out ways to get there. So I want to talk about the Q Science success cycle, okay? And so when a new person gets into the business, your new business partner, there's a lot of things that we're trying to get them to. We're trying to get them to the elite and bronze, ASAP. Why? Is because they're part of the FFM, the Financial Freedom Movement. That's a huge success to be able to say that literally they can write this money is coming in instead of a lifestyle bonus or a car program. It can go directly to debt, credit card, mortgage, whatever you want it to go to. And a lot of companies don't have that. They're getting you into more debt, and then going to more that silver gold status, where people literally are going more full time. They're having that full-time income. They can make that transition, or some people love what they do and they'll have a part-time gig making more money on their part-time gig than they do their full-time job. That is powerful to be able to say. You know, Jim Rohn talks about that in some of his network marketing videos. It's really cool to see that. Next up, the overall goal is to hit platinum. That is the overall goal that everybody's looking for, is get that $15,000 a month, 5 figures a month, 6 figures a year income, is racing to platinum. Like, you have to go platinum. That is the mark to get at. But a new business partner, as they're coming in, see, a lot of us will just work so hard to recruit them, but then we don't work as hard to launch them properly. See, these people are excited. They're optimistic. They're untrained. They're going to be vomiting over people all day, every day, if you don't give them the right direction, the right path. And it happens over and over and over. I don't know how many people I will randomly message from alerts that I'm getting in my organization after a day or two and say, hey, what's going on? I just want to send you a welcome text, see how everything's going. I was just curious, have you been able to get launched? And they're like, what's a launch? You haven't been launched? No, I don't know what a launch is. Are you part of our Q News, our Q Facebook groups or anything like that? No, sir. And I'm just like, wow, we have too many people falling in the cracks. So the thing is, we have to train this, because some people say you can't say the wrong thing to the right people and you can't say the right thing to the wrong people. I totally disagree with that. You really can screw it up to the right person by saying the wrong things. So we want to make sure we coach these people up. We want to make sure we get them trained. We want to make sure we get them on the right path, because these are your leaders. These are the people that are going to duplicate you, and literally you'll have a business that operates with you or without you. It all starts with that perfect seed. Planting that seed, because you reap what you harvest later on in life. And I'm going to go in more depth with farming just here shortly. But literally, it's about nurturing that seed. And this is that new person coming into your business. But as they start hitting the elite and bronze level, then they come more experienced. They need a little bit more support. They're starting to see results. See, the thing is, you still got to be hands-on with these people. Even though they hit elite and bronze, oh, they're good, they're leaders now. Reach up to your elite and bronze, they'll get you launched. No, you still got to go to work. Like a lot of y'all see my circle trick. Your team will do what you do, not what you say. You have to lead by example. I know it can be time consuming. This is when you have to start getting a little bit more organized. You got to have time slots. Literally, you got to clock in like it's just a job. See, if you get off work at 5 p.m., then let's clock in at our job at Q Science at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. or 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. or 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. or whatever that time slot is. Put everything to the side and lock in your time and clock in with Q Science. And that's how you get accountable. People are like, Brandon, how do you do it? Well, you know, with 3 kids, one on the way, there's times where I just have one time slot where I'm working. And then I have my breaks. That's an hour or two. Like I just had my break a few minutes ago. I had my daughter's gymnastic practice. So I took an hour break, took her to gymnastic practice, stayed off my phone. I gave my phone to my youngest daughter. She watched Bubble Gumpies on there. And I watched her gymnastics. And I didn't touch my phone for a whole hour. And I was disciplined. When I'm off the clock, I'm off the clock. But when I'm on, I'm on. And I'm working nonstop, staying persistent. Why? Is because over a period of time, the law of attraction, as long as I stay consistent, yeah, I will get there eventually. It's literally like you hit a brick wall, but eventually if I hit it enough, I'm going to break through that brick wall. I just can't give up because winners never quit and quitters never win. Now, go to silver. You know this is more the full-time income stream. And it's really cool seeing this because you see people's lifestyles start changing. You start seeing people's life start brightening up. And then you start seeing people walk into the meeting rooms and they can literally swallow a banana sideways. They're so excited about their paycheck and everything that's happening in their Q business. See, strengthening your team, it starts to happen at this level. You start seeing leaders emerge into your organization. You start developing leadership skills. You start training your team. You start doing conference calls. You start holding events in your local area or you're traveling maybe. This is where you get that full-time income. And you start growing and you start duplicating. You start seeing trends that maybe you took up from some of your upline leaders. There's things that I do that Mr. Jake Spencer does. Why? Because self-consciously, I'm watching him and I'm like, okay, he's a great leader. He's a great trainer. He's a great coach. He's a great friend. He's a great individual. And he's really good at making people feel special and proud of themselves and feeling part of a community. So I need to do what he does, because if I do what he does, I'll have what he has. And that's one thing I noticed, where a lot of people will like, I want to be successful, but then they do the total opposite of what their team is telling them to do, what their leaders telling them to do. Well, I figured the secret out in life. See, in college, I was a BC student. And going in my junior year, I was like, I had a friend, and no offense to my friend, he wasn't the brightest apple in the tree. He wasn't the smartest guy, I would say, but he was making straight A's. How is that even possible? I was thinking about it like, how's this guy making A's? So I had enough courage and say, bro, you never study, you're always partying, and how are you making straight A's? He said, Brandon, it's simple. I take notes in class and I just use my notes. I put my notes between my legs and I just cheat, or I sit by the smartest person. And I'm like, dude, you never get caught? It's like, no, the classroom's too big and the teacher's down there, down low. Like, you'll never know. And I was like, man, that is so true. And I tried it. And what happened my junior year? I made straight A's. My parents called me up. We're so proud of you. We knew you had it in you. We knew you could do it. You're straight A on a road student. And I started thinking, I was like, man, why haven't I been doing this my whole life? Then I started thinking, wow, what if I just do this in the real world? What if I just copy off the successful people? What if I just copy off the people that I'm willing to trade places with? What if I'm willing to do exactly what they do, and maybe I'll have what they have? See, the thing is, you'll see leaders above you killing the game, and then you want to create your own will. See, you got to be able to follow the system to get the results. So at the platinum level, you start building that strong foundation. You start having that committed attitude, that leader instinct, and you start stepping up. That confidence level comes in. We have that backbone. And, you know, people follow strength, not weakness at the end of the day. And the crazy thing about that is you'll see a huge shift in momentum when you start having confidence. See, some of y'all are hey, I was going to see if you want to try out my product. hey, I was going to see if you might be interested in this business. You're asking them. Like, you already got a pre-program that they're going to sign up. They're going to take this product. Like, you already talking to them like they're already going to do it. Like, for instance, I had a sign up today, and the guy says, oh, it's a very interesting. Awesome. I was already talking into him like, man, welcome to the team. I'm super excited for you. You're going to love the product. And if you don't like it, it's 100% money back guaranteed. But let's get you started. I'll send you my link, and I can walk you through the process. Send him the link, and then we walked him through the process, and he signed up on the spot. And he's jacked out of his mind. See, 90% of the world is used to being told what to do. I'm not saying hard close people. I'm just saying get them in gear. Get them in movement. Help them make the decision. Like, don't leave it the ball in their court and let them make the decision. Oh, do you want to check out this video? Hey, I'm working on an opportunity. I was going to see if you're open. No. Let's get aggressive about this opportunity and let's have fun doing it. You'll get way better results doing that. But I want to talk about nurturing real quick. See, all this only happens if you nurture. See, we got to be able to train people and plug into the trainings. See, a lot of y'all, even though I'm recording this right now, a lot of people when I did a live training in Dallas, a lot of people were like, oh, go live, go Zoom, go do this. Why can't this be this? And I was thinking, okay, maybe I will. And then once I do that, they're like, oh, can we get the recording? Can we just see? We're all relying on such of the technology of how convenient is it for us. And so sometimes we have to make sacrifices. Sometimes we have to say, hey, no, I got a meeting I need to jump onto, and this is very important. It's one of the upline diamonds in Q Science. And he's going to give us some secret formula, the sauce, to be successful in Q Science. I got to be on this. Like, this is, I joined this for part-time. Let's do it part-time. Let's get on here and spend maybe an hour and a half of a training of maybe once a week or bi-weekly. Let's dial in for once, and let's not rely on recordings. Let's tell ourselves, hey, can you watch the kids just for 1 hour? And I really got to dial in on this. I got to really take my business next level and take it serious. See, the thing is, casualty builds casualties. You have to literally take this business serious. If you nickel and dime it, you're only going to make nickels and dimes. You got to treat this like a traditional business, because if you open up a traditional business, where are you going to be? At the traditional business to make sure it's operating and running correctly. See, that's the one thing that I hate about network marketing is it's so cheap to get started. It's so cheap. But the thing is, we treat it like a cheap business, and we can't do that. See, what if you spent $30,000 getting Q Signs? What if you spent $50,000, $100,000 in Q Signs? I bet some of y'all on this Zoom right now would take this a little bit more serious. You would take more responsibility to make sure people are launched correctly, showing the presentation the right way, and learning from the leaders in this industry of Q Science, leaders in Q Science, on how to properly run this business and be registered for the next event in Orlando, or headed to the Bronze Academy for your bronze and higher, non-negotiable, and be there. See, the thing is, you got to be able to help these people, though. You can't just train from a distance. See, I see so many leaders train from the stage, but they don't lead in the field. Don't be that person. Whatever you say on stage, back it up. Under promise, over deliver every time, guys. Don't over promise and under deliver to your team just to get them in the business. See, encouraging them is key, because I felt the same way when I first got in this industry. I didn't think I was going to be good at it. I didn't think I was going to be successful. You got to get on their side of the court and encourage them that they got this. They can do this. Remember, as parents, or if you're a parent, if you're not a parent, remember your parent maybe encourage you in sports. Maybe they encourage you in certain things that you could do it when you thought you couldn't do it, and you constantly said, I can't do this. And you just want to give up. But you kept fighting the fight. You kept moving forward, and eventually you conquered it, and then you smile, you're laughing, you're hugging your parents or whoever that person was encouraging, and thank you for believing me, thank you for pushing me and not giving up on me. See, there's people that bought into your trust. They bought into you, not Q Science. People join people, not companies. I mean, well, I got to know all the products. I got to know. No, it doesn't happen that way. People buy into you. So make sure that you encourage them. You're there for them. Don't leave them on a limb hanging. Go to bat for them. See, support is key. Train, help, encourage, and support is the only way you're going to duplicate your business, where you have a business that operates with you and without you. See, the thing is, you got to treat this like a baton, and you're running a relay race. And my job is to run with my team. Run with my team. I'm not dragging my team. So when somebody says, oh man, I need help doing a presentation, I'll do one. The second time, we're going to do it together. The third time, I'm going to do the front, you do back half. Or maybe I watch you do a presentation and I help you and I critique you on things that I would do maybe a little different and then compliment you on the things you did good. And then eventually, I'm going to pass that baton off. And then I'm going to pick up another baton and do the same thing. I'm molding and shaping and developing my leaders to become something great where I have a business that operates with me or without me. That's the overall goal. I don't want you to be an overpaid employee with Q Science where you're constantly working nonstop. That's not the overall goal here, guys. I've seen people in this industry do that, and it stresses me out. And I'm like, I feel so sorry for them. Yes, they're making tons of money, but they have no life. If you do this right here with Q Science, you're going to be set up. Because timing beats talent any day of the week. See, everybody wants to get started at the beginning, but they're not willing to go through the obstacles, the potholes, the hurdles, the speed bumps that come along with getting started at the beginning. See, everybody wants to get started at the beginning of something, not the end of something, but are you willing to go with the growing pains that come along with that? The ones that do are the ones that are set up for life for their family. And that's the people that are on this call right now and moving forward with this. So leaders build leaders, guys. I'm not trying you to go recruit a bunch of people. I made a post about, attracting good people and everything else. And the thing is, if you won't hire them with your traditional business, say if you had a traditional business, and if you wouldn't hire them, don't recruit them. Don't save your breath. Don't just recruit people just to recruit people, okay? Let them keep their money. Like recruit leaders. We're trying to look for good quality people. Don't recruit 1s, 2s, and 3s. Recruit 7, 8s, and 9s, and 10s, guys. Let's recruit up. That people have influence, people that have credibility, people that have work ethic, people that are hungry, that want to make a difference in their life and their family's life. That's the people you run with. See, a ton of y'all are just trying to drag people. I can carry maybe 1 or 2, but over 3 I can't carry. But I can run with a pack over the finish line. See, team stands for together everyone achieves more. Okay, there's no I there. I can only carry, so I'm not that very strong, and I lost a lot of my muscle mass, so I'm not strong anymore. My muscles are little, like I've lost like 55 pounds. But the thing is, guys, we work together as a team, and that's how we build leaders and duplicate it. So I want to show you 2 examples real quick. It's $79 to get your digital kit, your welcome kit, Roman, and then you pick a package and everything else. So we have blonde hair, we have brunette hair, okay? See, they both get up, they both sign up in their package, digital pack, everything else. One quits, one fails miserable, the brunette hair does. The blonde comes platinum in the business, okay? The one in the brunette wasn't getting any success. Did the one with the blonde hair get extra product? Probably not. I'm 100% sure she didn't. Did she get like a secret like envelope that said, hey, do this and you will beat everybody in Q-Sense and be the highest ranked person? No. Did the person in the brunette not get products or didn't get the digital kit or didn't get the app? No. They got the same opportunity as everybody else. But the thing is, maybe the brunette person wasn't given the right guidance, maybe the right mentorship, the right system, because she fell through the cracks because her leader got lazy. See, the thing is, there's some people on this call, or maybe not on this call, who knows, that didn't put people through the system because they signed somebody up in another country. Let's say, for instance, example, Australia, for instance. The time zone from the States to the Australia it's crazy. There's times I won't get done doing meetings in Australia until like 6 a.m., 5 a.m. Central Time. Because that's when they're starting to go to bed. And then here in the States, we're waking up. See, there's times people will sign people up in Europe or Japan or wherever, and they're like, hey, I signed this person up. Is there any groups I can put them in where they can support them? No, you're the one that's supposed to support them. That's your responsibility. You signed them up. They bought into you, so they expect you to launch them. They expect you to support them. Don't go to a country if you don't plan on supporting them. What's up? Because you're setting them up for failure. It's not the same. They might as well signed up with somebody else if you're not going to support them. 100%. And I've seen it happen over and over and over again because they bought into you, not somebody else. So support them. Go to bat for your team, because if you go to bat for 3 to 6 months for them, I promise you that short-term sacrifice is going to be so worth it, because then you get to override an entire country, guys. Entire country. It's amazing. So make sure you're supporting them. Okay. Let's talk about you reaping what you sow. See, being a small cattle operator and a farmer, I'm not a big scale guy. I'm a small farmer. I do it part-time for extra income on the side before I even did Q Science. And I have 2 farms, one in West Texas, one in Oklahoma. And if any of y'all could, I'm not trying to get spiritual or anything like that, but there are some people actually in North Oklahoma that was actually in their tornado shelters right now. No, there was a tornado, I think, that touched down in Kansas right now, or Missouri. I can't remember where it is. We have a lot of things that are happening right now in the Midwestern area with the flooding in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And so really, if you could just say a prayer or really just keep people in your hearts in the Oklahoma and Midwest area, because it's really not looking good. And we've got a lot more storms coming in. So, but let's talk about the perfect seed real quick. See, with this perfect seed, and you're going to start planting whatever it is, let's say an apple tree, for instance. I need good soil. I need good climate. I need good water. Because if I don't have this apple tree is never going to grow. That's just like a new ambassador. It needs a good leader. It needs a good belief, culture, vision, a clear path, direction to be able to put a business plan together, know exactly where it's going. And if you can't do that, it's going to be like they're a chicken with their head cut off running around. Like, they have to have a clear path where they're going. Now, as this sampling starts to grow, or seedling, I'm sorry, I don't want to say sampling. Seedling starts to grow, it needs sunlight. It needs nourishment. It needs protection. This is just like an elite in Q Science. It needs mentoring. It needs training. It needs accountability. It needs partners growing. And as that seedling or sampling, well, I keep saying seedling, I'm sorry. Sampling starts to grow, it needs stability. The sound foundation, the roots start digging deep, and it starts becoming almost like a tree. And you got to build a business in concrete. Roots dig deep, not like sand pit. Like, it's not stable. You got to do pruning and shaping. There's going to be people that come into your business that you're going to have to prune. And people are like, what do you mean by it? You're going to have to tell them Q Science is not for them. They're toxic. They're hurting your team. They're not good people. They don't have the best interest for people. We don't want that here with Q Science. I'd rather lose 50,000 in sales over somebody that's not worth being in Q Science. And people are like, what do you mean that you're missing out on 50,000 in sales? I don't care. I'm looking for the long term here, the long journey. I'm not trying to have somebody ruin my entire business 12 months from now, 24 months now. I don't care if you're the #1 recruiter. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're kin to LeBron James. I don't care, because I'm here to protect my family. I'm here to protect my team and the longevity of this business. So you're going to have to prune people. You're going to have to tell people, hey, we don't do business that way. Hey, we don't do things that way. You got to stop. If you don't, this ain't the opportunity for you. That's the same thing like silver. Silver, you start going through this. The duplication, your team's going to start growing. You're going to start policing it, know where it's going. Leadership skills that are going to start kicking in. And you're going to have that solid foundation that's going to start growing. And then over a period of time, you're going to grow into a tree. That tree is going to have pollination, maintenance. It's going to have all that. Room for growth, because you're consistently going to be growing like crazy. That's the platinum level. It's consistency. It takes time. Over a period of time, you got to stay consistent. Leadership skills got to start improving. You're going to be learning. Get your journal out. Take notes. Every time you hear somebody train, every time you hear somebody talk about recruiting, mindset, customers, leaderships at these corporate events, the Gage event, all that stuff, you need to be writing these down. Why? Is because one day you're going to be training, and what you can do is just open up one of your books in your diary, and you can just go word for word and read it and put a presentation together. I've done it many times, guys. Why? Because the biggest copycat in this business is going to win the biggest, okay? 100% every time. So it all starts with that perfect seed, that nurturing the seed. See, now what I want to do, I want to go to call of action, and then I'm going to go over the launch document. This is what I do after every event, and I'm talking to people and everything else, and I want to use some of my scripts of exactly what I do, okay? See, the power play is the most important one. When I'm first sitting down with somebody, I want to make sure that I do not let them get up. I always tell people, hey, I'm not here to run a dictatorship. but I'm here to set you up for success. I need 2 to 3 hours of your time when I launch you and sit down with you. Why? Is because these are the 3 things that I'm going to go over the most with them, okay? So if you're writing things down, please write this down. Power play is 3 customers, 3 partners. I'm going to do my hardest to get them the first 3 customers and the first 3 partners before they leave me. And I'm going to do everything in my power to get that done. And if I fail, that's okay. But I'm going to do everything I possibly can to make sure I get the 3 for 3. Why? 3 customers gets them 3, that's their product for free. 3 business partners, I'm getting them promoted ASAP. They're getting the 2 ambassadors, absolutely depending on what package they get, if it's the 100 PV or the 300 PV or the 500 PV, they're going to hit one of the ranks. Pro, builder, or executive, they're going to hit one of the ranks. Guarantee at least they sign up 3 people, okay, with the package. Book 2 home meetings or 2 Zooms. Whatever it may be, I let people get in with a fit in. I love doing home meetings. I love interacting with people. But some people are like, hey, I don't want to do that. I just want to do Zooms or send out videos. We want to set that up immediately before they even leave. I set them Zooms up, and then we're inviting to that, or we're sending out videos right then and there. Follow the launch instructions and invite as many people as you can to check out the information within 48 hours. And we're literally sending out messages, and they're screenshotting what they're saying back sometimes, and I tell them what to say if they start asking hard questions. I always say, don't answer the questions, screenshot them, send them to me, let me help you 100%. And getting registered for the international training. If you're going to work with me personally, I'm setting you up for failure if you're not registered. See, you're not fully in Q Science until you attend an international event. And I truly tell people right there on the spot, if you feel like it's not worth your money or your time, I will fully reimburse you after the event. And I've not had to once do that, because every time everybody says, thank you so much for pushing me into going. It was so worth it. My belief levels at an all-time high. I got so much good information that I'm going to take back to my team. I wish I had more people here. I don't know how many times I hear, I wish I had more people here, and thank you so much for making me come. Because literally, if it wasn't for my mentor making me go to my first international, I wouldn't know the importance of it. So guys, I know every time you go to an event, you're like, man, I wish I had more people there. Man, I wish I had. For the ones that's never been, trust me. The words can't explain how important it is, but just trust me, you have to be there. It's crazy. Obtain 1,500 in QV to reach the level executive. This is huge. And if you do it in your first full calendar month, you get a $500 bonus. You earn a minimum $500 bonus right here, and a $250 residual. That's $750. That's your return investment back, ASAP. See, most businesses, you don't get your return investment back in your first 30 days, ever. And that's huge. And we have tons of people that are qualifying to get their return investment back ASAP, hitting executive in record time. It's nuts. You got to learn your craft, and you got to take action. So I want to go over the launch real quick, and then I want to talk about what I do for 20 to 30 minutes at hotel events, what I do at different events. For some of y'all that's on my Q Life Movement page, you saw what we did in Canada. We had over 495 confirmations of people checking out the video. Same thing that I've been using the past week and a half just to get back into phase 1 and to get back into recruiting, to show people, hey, my method really works if you just do it. See, the secret to this business is not keeping it a secret. Is sharing with as many people you possibly can. It's so simple that we tend to overcomplicate things, and we don't need to do that. Stick to the basics, stick to the basics, stick to the basics. See, launching your Q business, the most important thing you can bring to your Q business is work ethic, desire, commitment, and the ability to be coachable. And so don't try to recreate the wheel when the wheel's already been created. Oh, I want to go on a radio station. Go take a cold shower. We tried that. It doesn't work. Man, I want to go pass out flowers on people's doors. Go take a cold shower. We tried it. It doesn't work. We have a system in place, and we know how it works, okay? So your personal website, write that down. This is where you're going to generate sales. This is where people are going to buy your product or sign up in the business. Your ambassador ID, okay? This is where you're going to log into your back office. This is like your identification. This is almost like your social security, your upline silver. You want to have this name written down because they're going to be doing a lot of your 3-way calls. They're going to be doing a lot of the presentations for you. Your start date, when you got started, because you want to put goals in place. You want to know your markers. And the reason why is because your business is predictable at the end of the day. And there's checkpoints. See, them checkpoints that happen every 30 days, you have to have goals. And if you don't hit them checkpoints, you're on life alert. We got to have them checkpoints. We're touching in with people. We're talking to people. We want to know their start dates. Your why. I'm not gonna say, this is the crazy thing about it. I was at a conference, and this trainer came on stage and said, "What's the most important thing in network marketing?" Or he said, "Let me rephrase that. What's the most common thing that's mentioned after somebody signs up?" And everybody started saying, "Why? Their why? Their why? Their why?" But what's so crazy? He says, who in this building has their why written down in their bathroom mirror or on a piece of paper right there so they look at it every single day? And only like 2 people stood up out of the entire crowd. And I was thinking in my head, dang, I don't even have it written down. I know what my why is, but I don't have it written down where it's staring me in my face every single day, reminding me why I won't quit, reminding me why not to give up, reminding me why I need to keep pushing forward, and reminding me why I signed up in this business to help families in need, that need extra income, that need better health. And that was the reason why I never quit. But I wasn't looking at it every day and being reminded. And once I wrote it in my mirror on a little piece of paper right there, and I see it every morning when I brush my teeth, and I read it to myself every day, it encouraged me to tackle on the day and win the day every single time, instead of laying in bed for 2 to 3 hours, getting my butt out of bed and going to action and utilizing every minute of the day I have, instead of wasting it watching TV, instead of wasting it just scrolling through Facebook. No, doing in-bring activities and messaging people. See, some of y'all have Facebook for social media, just having fun, liking, comment. I use social media for business. There's people that I defriend if they're not responding back to my messages. I don't want fake friends. I'd rather them be transparent with me and respond like, hey, it's not for me. Great, I'll leave them as a friend then. But they don't respond and they go ghost on me, I defriend them because I don't want a fake friend. I want somebody at least transparent enough to respond back saying it's not for me. Like, guys, quit acting like little babies in this business and let's take it by the horns and let's go. But what is your why? See, the thing is, let's pretend this is a plank and it's 100 feet in length and 6 inches in width. And I ask each and every one of y'all to walk this plank for $20. You'd probably say yes, no big deal. You have to put one foot in front of the other. But what if I put this plank in the highest high rise in Dallas, Texas, that's 100 stories up, 2 buildings, boom, now sitting on top. Would you do it for $20 now? Probably not. And the reason why, because you might lose your balance, you might fall to your death, the wind might knock you off, you lose your balance. There's a lot of things that can happen. But what if I told you that building on the other side, they were sitting $10,000, $50,000, $100,000, $500,000, maybe $1 million. Now you're thinking about it. Is it worth your life to try to go get that money? What if you fall? Is it worth you dying over $1 million? Or what if you get across and you actually get the $1 million? See, now you're thinking about it. Now you're starting to think, okay, I'll wait till the wind dies, or I might bear crawl and just hug it and crawl over there. But what if I told you the person you can't live without is on the other side of that plank? True or not true? I bet you won't blink or take another breath and you sprint over there, guide them back or carry them back. True or not true? Absolutely true. If the answer is not true, I'm glad I'm not related to you. The thing is, the things we do for people, because money will only motivate you so long. It's the reason why you do the business will motivate you for a lifetime. So make sure you're doing this business for all the right reasons, not all the wrong reasons. We're trying to recruit people for the right reasons, guys. See, a lot of people like, Brandon, why don't you take your car to some of the meetings? I drive my F-150 pickup. And you can contest, a lot of people in Oklahoma and Missouri, a lot of people in DFW can contest this, because I want to attract people for the right reasons. I don't want to attract people because I have a luxury car. I don't want that. Don't get me wrong, I love it and I love driving it, but I'm not going to do every meeting in it, because I don't want people thinking they have to have a sports car or a luxury car to be successful in this business, because you don't. Because I attract people for just being me. Because people nowadays are sick and tired of these Instagram fake counts. People fake it till you make it. Fake houses, fake cars. You don't even know what's real and what's not real. So it makes people be more analytical and skeptics of things. You have to just be you and transparent, and people will buy you. They rather have that than this get rich fast scheme. This ain't it. This is a get rich slow scheme. It's better than never getting rich at all, in my opinion. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So just enjoy the race. Fall in love with the process, guys, because you got to follow a system to get the results. See, goal setting is huge. You got to have a 24 to 48 hour game plan. So when I'm going through the launch like I'm doing right now, before I go into the in-bringing activities, I'm making sure they understand this. I'm coaching them. I'm preparing them. So when they go out there and they're not getting stumped, they're not getting frustrated. They already like, oh, Brandon told me this was going to happen. Brandon told me I was going to have some people like this. He also told me there's going to be people that are going to jump on board immediately. He also told me there's going to be people that are going to tell me it's not going to work. I'm mentally, physically already preparing them what they're going to go through. See, when I'm launching them, I start going through a peaking stage, showing them exactly what to say to people, how to send text messages out to people, and set them up for home meetings, Zoom meetings, recorded webinars to send out, three-way calls. These are things I'm coaching people on. And then I'm sending the webinar after we send out the peaks. Then I'm getting on a three-way call. I do tons of three-way calls a day, and I'm closing them. And if I don't close them, I send them additional information and do a follow-up three-way call with them by pre-qualifying and say, hey, when's the next time I can follow up with you? In the next 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, what day is best for me to follow up with you after I've sent you this information? I'm getting that pre-qualified time. And then I get back on the phone and close them. And if I close them, then I'm getting them on a launch call, and I'm repeating that cycle over and over again. Where people will say, Brandon, why are you doing the same thing over and over again? Why do you go to work Monday through Friday and do the same thing over and over again? See, the thing is, if it ain't broke, why fix it? The wheel's already been created. Just follow it, guys. We have everything in place. Like, see, there's people that's already made the mistakes that know what works and what doesn't work. Their job is to make sure you don't make the same mistakes they made when they first started. So learn from their mistakes. Learn from successful people. See, when they're getting into the business, I ask them a question real quick. Have you ever done network marketing before? And if the answer is no, okay, don't worry about it. We're going to identify your first 2 business partners. Why? Because they've never made more than $1,700 a month. So I start with 2 legs. If they made more consistently, they have more than $2,000, then I have them start with 3 legs coming out of the gate, because to hit silver, you have to have 3 legs, that's 4,000. But for bronze and under, you only need 2 legs for the first 5 ranks. So I identify the first 2 players. If they've never made more than $2,000 a month, or if they've never done network marketing, I start with the first 2. Who's these 2 people when you thought about came to your mind? Mom, dads, brothers, sisters, cousins, best friends, whoever, like your hardest worker or other network marketers. Who do you think of these first 2? Front row real estate property on the beach, not second block, third block, fourth block. They're going to override literally your entire organization. Like, is anybody else you bring in, they're going to be overriding. You're going to put underneath them, because ours is a volume-based company. We're not a matrix. We don't build wide. We build depth, because water blows from the bottom to the top, not from the top to the bottom. It's always working with the newest people. So who can we call right now and get positioned directly underneath you? Like, this is critical right now. We're pre-launching. Like, the people want to get in at the top. This is it. Getting started at the beginning of something is way better than getting started at the end. Like, if they take a week or 2, they can be 6 levels down, 10 levels down. Like, I have urgency. I'm not fear of losing people, but I'm letting people know, hey, I'm gonna have vision so big they can see themselves fitting inside of it. Like, hey, I got to take action now. I'm gonna blow this up. I got to get started right now. Hey, man, I got people in my holding saying, I'm just a place underneath, but I'd rather you have family members and friends there. Maybe I can place them underneath them and help them grow their business with my people. You got to have that excitement energy. Have you ever been to a party where somebody was hooping and hollering and screaming? There's a lot of excitement going on, and you're over here and it's real quiet and dull. What do? You look over there and you start gravitating to that right, because you want to be part of the fun. You want to be part of the excitement, the energy. Nobody wants to be part of that boring group. Like, jump in the fun, be excited, have fun. Like, people are like, why are you always happy? Why are you always excited when you do lunches? Why not? Why not be excited? Like, if you're not excited and having fun, you're doing it all wrong. People want to be a part of that. Most of the time, most of y'all want to be polished speakers. You want to be so critiqued, business-minded. And I understand this is a business, but people just want to have fun nowadays. People are trying to be too serious. Just have fun, guys, okay? Third thing is getting their customers, but I always leave with the business. These are people that don't want to do the business, then I ask for a favor approach. Can you help support me in this journey and try out some of the products? See, nobody wants to be sold, guys. Quit trying to sell people. Quit trying to go on your Facebook and selling people. Quit spamming products all over your Facebook. Yeah, it's great and everything, but make it personal. Send a personal message out to people. Make it more personal. See, the thing is, if you blast Q signs all over your Facebook and you finally message somebody 2 months and they saw that Facebook post, they're thinking they already got left behind. There's no opportunity for them. But if you're private messaging people 2 months down the line and you haven't blasted it all, products and everything all over your social media, it's still exclusive. it's still new, and they still have the opportunity to get in and where they fit in and have success. So you make it personal, private message people. Weekly goals, 30-day goals, 60-day goals, 90-day goals. A goal without a set goal date is just a dream, guys. Make sure you have them benchmarks. Make sure you're keeping yourself accountable. Break down the calendar months. Know exactly what you have to do to hit that. A ratio will appear over a period of time. And so say, for instance, you got a ratio going where you've done 10 presentations and you set up like 1 or 2 people out of 10 presentations and it's real low. And then you have somebody else that signs up like 6 or 7 people out of 10 presentations. And you're like, oh my gosh, like that's not fair. They're signing up a bunch of people. Then your mentality is where you lack in skills, you make up in numbers. You just work harder. See, the worst presentation is the presentation you don't give. Like, go learn your craft, go learn it, go sit in front of a mirror and practice it. And say, would you sign up if somebody gave that presentation? Listen to Jay, listen to Mario, listen to Thomas, listen to Shannon. I can name leaders, Mark, Danielle, I can name leaders all day. Jason, all these leaders I can name. Go listen. You see a Facebook Live, you see a presentation they're doing. Go just listen in. Even if you don't have no guests, just go listen in and take notes, because you can take things from what they're saying and actually implement it in your presentation. There's never enough times that you can hear the presentation or lunch. Never enough. I still listen in to presentations that my leaders and my upline leaders do all the time. Why? It's because I want to get better at this company. Like, when you stop growing, you start dying. Don't ever think you're better than everybody else, you're at the top. No, because that's when you'll start going backwards, guys. You always got to be moving forward, because if not, you're moving backwards, okay? Fab 5, after you create your leaders, who's the first people that you want to show this business to with right now? Can we get on a Zoom meeting with them? Can we get in front of them right now? I want to show the business to them right now. Like, I'm watching the person, can they come up here? If not, we got to jump on a Zoom with them right now. Why? Is because they want to be at the top. We want to get them directly in the business. Next thing is, are you added to the Q News? Did you download the Q Connect Pro free app? Are you added to your Facebook team groups? Are you registered for the next event? This is huge. I did a launch today and I said, hey, before we move on, we got to get you registered. He's like, man, I don't know. That's too far out. I don't know what I'm doing. No, you got to get registered. Get registered. Boom. Got started, registered, off to the races. Why? Because you want to set people up for success. Like, it's your responsibility. Be non-negotiable. Like, man, I'm telling you, you got to get registered. Non-negotiable. This is going to change your life. I'm not going to let you not get registered because I'm setting you up for failure if I don't. Guys, understand, if they're really hurting financially and it's tough, get creative. Okay, what can we do to get you registered? I had a girl one time sell bottle of water. Like, I've had people sell cupcakes. I've had people do all kinds of fundraisers, car washes, just to raise money to get people to go. Like, there's team activities. We can do things, guys. Let's get creative to get as many people we can. Rent vans. I know Jake Spencer and Seth Spencer have done this. We've rented vans in one of our previous companies, and we would go all the way across the country. And we did and everybody would just chip in like $50, $75, $100 just for gas. And then we would pile up in a room. I'm not saying you have to pile up in a room. I'm just saying, when there's a will, there's a way. And when you want something bad enough, you're willing to do whatever it takes to get there. That's what I loved about it. So step 5 is creating the list. Going through your list, writing it down. Step 6 is setting up to talk to a financial coach. After that film, Financial Freedom Movement. It's free to talk to somebody. Might as well talk to them. If you like it, great. If you don't, great. It's no things. My mentor always told me the most ignorant thing you can do is say no to something you don't even know what it is. And your mind is like a parachute. It only works if it's open. And the most expensive thing you own is a closed mind. And closed mind means closed box. Should be a slave to your business or job for the rest of life. Just hear Miss Sarah Spencer out. Hear some of the people that's part of her team, our staff, that's helping people get out of debt instead of making stupid decisions, make smart decisions with their money and putting money back to set them up for long term, so they don't have to worry about getting another job later on in life or whatever it may be, like some people do, because some people don't get in Q Science to go full time, guys. Some people get in Q Science just to make part-time money, to go elite. That's their goal, is to go elite and make $750 a month. Last year alone, or 50% of people that foreclosed on a house or got a divorce could have been prevented with an extra $500 a month coming in. $500. Okay, so these are the 3 scripts that I use, and I want to give you an example of why I use these 3 scripts. Okay, the first script is somebody that doesn't want to be as aggressive. Okay, so if you have pen and paper, writing this down, or you can screenshot it on your phone or screenshot it on your computer, or however you want to do it. But these are the 3 scripts that I use. Okay, the first script is a non-aggressive approach for my individuals that literally don't want to be aggressive or pushy with people, this is for you, okay? So when I'm messaging people, I'm literally saying, hey, Brandon, how are you? And I let them respond. I'm doing great. How about yourself? I'm doing great. So I or we, if you're married, however, if you involve your spouse a lot, or girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever it may be, a lot, you say we. If not, just you. Just do you. I do a lot with my wife, so I say we. So we've been looking into multiple streams of income and have stumbled upon something pretty amazing. I thought of you and wondered if you would take a look at it for me. And I wait for response. I don't say anything else. And I do word for word. I was showing one of my prospects 2 days ago, word for word. We were doing a blitz together. I was like, hey, let's compete. Let's see who can get the most videos sent out. And I was showing exactly, actually, my text message. And I actually did this at the training the other day in Dallas, Texas. I was showing them my messages of people and reading it to them, exactly these scripts. Because I can say, hey, I did 280 million in sales in less than 3 years in my previous company. I'm launching now. It's going to be crazy. But that's not duplicatable. See, I want to create a system that anybody can do, and it works, okay? And whatever scripts that your team is generating or using, I'm sure they're great. I'm just showing you scripts that I utilize to get the results that I'm getting through some of the individuals that I'm working with, okay, here in the States. So after I wait for a response, when do you have a few minutes to spare? Now, this is only if it's a positive response. Now, if they're like, no, it's not for me, no, I'm not interested, then I don't say another word. I leave it at that. Don't say another word about QScience unless they bring it up. Hey, what was that thing? Don't say another word. But if they ask, what is it? They say anything else outside of I'm not interested, I'm not going to answer the question, oh, it's QScience. It's, minimum cost is like $230 to get started, $240 to get started. We build teams, and if you do 2,000 sales, you get bronze. You get FM Film, Financial Freedom Movie, you get $200, and make $1,700 residual, and you get some one-time bonuses. No, I don't do that. I literally just send another text back saying, when do you have a few minutes to spare? And then I wait for another response. And then they response is they say, now I'm free, or later on, whenever that time frame is, they're free. I'm going to send you a link. Let me know what you think after you watch it. And then honestly, Mark Mishu, I've been sending his link out a lot. I love his presentation. Marielle has a very great presentation. If you're a French Canadian speaker, I send out Thomas Poland's. There's times I send out my presentation. It just depends on the person. Like, there's tons of leaders that have done presentations. Whatever one you like that best fits you, send it out. The reason why I send Mark Mishu's out a lot is because I like it, because it's 10 minutes. It's short, it's sweet, it's to the point, and it's very good and high energy. And it's very professional too as well. And so I really like how he carries himself during that presentation. So I send that out a lot, actually, to be honest with you. And I've been getting great results from it. I might have to start giving Mark Mishu an override, because he's closing so many people for me and he doesn't even know it. It's just a copy paste in. And that's the great thing about this business. If you have to do something more than once, it should be recorded, guys. You don't have to repeat yourself over and over and over. Second strip, if they after they watch it, I try to schedule a meeting to get on a 3-way call with my upline leader, or I say, what do you like best about it? And I screenshot it and send it to my leader to tell me what to say. Okay, guys, so make sure that you're getting your upline silver involved and helping you every step of the way. And the reason why I say upline silver is because the chain of command. Because once you hit the platinum level and higher ranks, you'll start realizing you have a significant amount of team. And if everybody on your team is just messaging you, it can be overwhelming. So that's why we do upline silver. The upline silver is the chain of command, because eventually you want to duplicate your team. You don't want to constantly be the one that's doing everything for your team, but you want to manage and help them every step of the way. Step 2 is the more aggressive approach. This is the approach I like to use, to be honest with you. I don't like to leave more room for error. I like to get to the point. I like to just hit them, boom, real hard. Why beat around the bush when I can go straight in for the kill and say, hey, what are you doing? Because the thing is, 99.9% of the time, they say nothing. I'm not doing anything. What's up? What's up? I'm just chilling. I'm hanging out. Or if they are busy, I'm like, hey, when's the next time you're free? So if they're busy or they're eating or whatever, say, hey, when's the next time you're free? And when that time comes, I'll say, hey, are you free now? And then literally I'll come back. I'm going to send you a link. I want you to check it out. Let me know after you watch it. Boom. If they're not busy, I just send that next script. I'm going to send you a link. I want you to check it out. Let me know if you watch it. And I send the link. And I send it to them. And after they read it, I give them like 15 to 20 minutes. And then I say, hey, was you able to check it out? Or I jump on a call with my upline leader with them. Hey, I want to introduce who I'm currently working with. It's helping me expand this company. We're just launching right now and super excited to be a part of this movement. And I need to get you on the phone, the person that's expanding this, that's helped leading this launch. And then edify the person that, if it's whoever it may be, that you got on the phone, the upline silver or gold or platinum, whoever it may be that's doing the three-way call with you. Third approach is, this is for my network marketers. Okay, so if you're not a network marketer, don't use this script. Use one of the 2 scripts above, okay? But if you're a network marketer, this will work really well for you and you'll get really great results. Hey, their name, whoever they're speaking to, or you can generic message this and not put name. I'm about to start cranking a new team here in that city, Dallas, Texas. I'm from Dallas, Texas, so I put Dallas, Texas here. I want to see if you wanted to talk and override it. It's about to get crazy, because if I'm in phase 1 recruiting, what am I going to do? I'm going to drive that leg straight down because I want to build depth. And if you were a bronze and higher, you heard Mr. Jake Spencer talk about this at our Bronze Academy. He talked about drilling depth. Why? Is because when you drill depth, what happens? You can go back up and say, have you seen your team? It's blowing up. It's going crazy. There's probably somebody that's actually on this call right now that I've just did that to this last couple of days, is I drove depth through that one line. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm texting them every single day. You see your team? Oh my gosh, a new person just joined. Oh my gosh, a new person just joined. Your team is blowing up. We got to get you an executive. We got to get you an elite. Like, your team is growing like crazy, and they're scrambling. Oh my God, what do I got to do? Now they're getting engaged now. Instead of spreading your team all over the place, spreading yourself in, that's the person you personally brought in. You're responsible for them. Okay, so it's about to get crazy. Or sometimes, if you really want to get personal, you'll send a voice recording with these scripts, because emotion is behind your voice instead of just text messages, because text messages don't really have a voice. So I start with my warm contacts in my phone and then go to social media through my friends list and just work from letter A all the way down, from letter A. And I just start working my list. Well, that's going to take me forever, Brendan. Then do 20 a day, 15 a day, 10 a day. Don't overwhelm yourself, but you got to start somewhere. And it's by simply doing this. And these are the 3 scripts. So after you do that, you wait for a response. If it's a positive response, then send them the opportunity video. These are the things that I do when I go to markets to actually get people into action. And when I get people into action, they start getting results. We did this today with the individual that I launched today, just sitting out. And I was like, you see how simple it is? It's like, man, it's so simple. You know, I was overcomplicating. It's just going to action. It's the little things that makes the biggest difference in this business. And so you have to do the little things that makes the biggest difference, guys. Basic MLM 101. See, people think they got to know all the products. No, we have PDF files that goes ingredients, benefits, everything for that. Copy, paste, send. Guys, don't be a scientist. Do exactly what your upline tells you to do. It's going to be a learn and earn as you go. Okay, they're not going to mislead you or misguide you or misdirect you. That only hurts your business, that hurts our business too as well. So your goal to go into action, I have it on a private Zoom, so I do apologize. We have a little over 126 people on the Zoom tonight, so thank you for tuning in. But what I want you to do, since I didn't have it open where you can actually see everybody's screen and everything and talk to people, I do apologize. Let me exit off this to stop shares. So I do apologize on that. Let me see real quick. I do apologize for that, because I was going to have you participate and actually be involved and actually confirm confirmations and everything else. I want you to use these 3 scripts. I want to challenge you tonight, before you go to bed, to do 20 messages sent out. 20 messages, okay? And if you do these 20 messages, I promise you, you'll at least get 3 to 5 responses, positive responses that want to check out the information. It happens every single time. And just imagine when you get your team involved in a physical activity like this, like a call party or a launch party, if you get 20 people, 10 people sending out 20 messages a day, we'll say 10 people sends out 20 messages. Well, you just literally sent out like 200 messages. 200 messages of people checking out the opportunity instead of no people. See, when people leave an event or leave an opportunity or training, they don't go into action ever. But if you participate with them and go into action, like some of the things that I do at events afterwards, you start getting results, and it creates new momentum. It creates new growth. It creates new excitement. It creates new ranks. And what does that happen to people's beliefs? It goes up. and you start having success, and people start having the belief level come back and confidence level come back. See, guys, y'all stop trying to be so polished. Just have fun, relax, and just enjoy the process. Just imagine, don't measure your chapter 1 to somebody's chapter 10. It's going to take time. But if you stay positive, you stay energetic, you'll get the results. So your challenge tonight is at least send out 20 messages tonight. If you can send out more, send out more. And then go to the response in the Facebook group in Q Life Movement and tell me how many confirmations you have of videos being sent out that people wanted to check out the information. Let's talk about it. And if you want direct more information and training on how I message, just message me and I'll be able to help you 100%, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate it. Hopefully this brought a little bit of value to you to really just keep things simple. It's the little things that makes the biggest difference. Just remember, people don't say no to an opportunity. They say no to what the titles they have to do after they sign up. So when they visualize something, they're thinking logically in their head, that's the exact same thing they have to do. So simplicity is key, guys. Don't overcomplicate things. Stick to the basics, and I promise you will have success. You have a great night. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of y'all very soon. Take care.